All right, who remembers all that talk about Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan not being on the same page? All that cohesion talk. It was legitimate, but I think that the 49ers might have the worst of the challenge behind them as we take a look at the cable cars of Russian Hill. By the way, that's that famous Rice-A-Roni shot with Alcatraz in the background. Maybe I walk over there in a second. But 49ers had an issue that, I think that was relatively predictable given the weirdness of the offseason with Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. And, obviously it was a weird offseason. The 49ers, once they decided to set sail with Trey Lance, they had to manage that Jimmy Garoppolo situation really unusually. They, had to give their full support to Trey Lance even while they were trying to trade Jimmy, so they didn't give Jimmy a playbook. And when he was called upon after Trey did get hurt, the 49ers were in a position where their backup quarterback, I think, was a little bit behind speed as far as 2022 preparedness went, right? He'd got his playbook in late August, was still working in the rhythm. He had shoulder surgery the offseason, so he didn't throw for several months. And I think that all added up to a position of real rust for Jimmy Garoppolo when the first starting action of the season came. And the 49ers are probably happy and thrilled with how good he looked against the Seattle Seahawks. But that was, off the cuff kind of stuff. And anybody who's been to the gym before after a long layoff knows that first game back, that first workout back, you're probably going to feel fresh. You're probably going to feel like you can take on the whole world. But you get sore the day after. And I feel that second workout is a lot tougher. And I think that Jimmy Garoppolo, that's really how it was in that first start against Denver, right? The arm wasn't quite there. The accuracy wasn't there. And perhaps, most notably, the cohesion with Kyle Shanahan wasn't there. The 49ers really did not have a cohesive attack between quarterback and play caller. You can tell that the offense was disjointed. It was a situation where the 49ers simply needed to get these two guys on the same page. You mixed in comments in the media, Garoppolo talking about wanting to air it out a little bit more. I gathered that Garoppolo wanted some more freedom at the line of scrimmage. And to be honest, I think that all of that stuff might have come to fruition a bit. I think that we saw the cohesion return when the 49ers played the Rams on Monday night. And I think the biggest example of this was the run to Jeff Wilson. First off, let's rewind a little bit. The 49ers passed to set up the run first, right? So the pass to set up the run was huge because it showed a lot of faith in Jimmy Garoppolo, and it showed a recognition from Kyle Shanahan of what the 49ers had to do to win this football game. The Rams were bunched up there at the start. They weren't just going to let the 49ers run down their throats. The Rams were going to require that the 49ers loosen up the box, that they pass a little bit to set up those running lanes. So Jimmy Garoppolo lines up in the shotgun, right? We saw him in the shotgun 96% of the time against the Rams in Week 10 last year. Wasn't quite as much in this game on Monday night, but he was back there in the gun to open the game, finds Brandon Ayuk. Nice passes to Ayuk, to Deebo Samuel, to Juwan Jennings to convert early third downs. You earn the right to run the football a lot of times by converting third downs, and Jimmy Garoppolo did that. They passed to set up the run. But I think that most significantly, Jimmy checked down into the run, into the wham block, right? Charlie Werner blocking Greg Gaines on the Jeff Wilson touchdown run. That was Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a selfless play, right? The quarterback not needing the credit to throw the ball. Most people probably won't recognize the fact that he checked into the run, but I'm here to tell you that he did in fact check into that run, and it paid off for the 49ers because he saw Aaron Donald wasn't in the game. He flips the play from right to left, pitches back, the vertical pitch to Jeff Wilson, and it turns into a touchdown for the 49ers. That play right there showed me that the 49ers were in a great spot as far as cohesion between Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo. Because you have to understand that control at the line of scrimmage, especially, in a complex system like the 49ers, especially when the run game is so important, pulling the right levers at the line of scrimmage is paramount to this offense humming at full efficiency. And Garoppolo pulled the right levers on that play at the line of scrimmage. Now, there's one more thing that that I thought that he did really well, that he probably won't get enough credit for in this game. But again, you have to set up the opportunity to deliver these running kill shots if you're the 49ers. Well, they probably don't get that opportunity if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't get the ball off when Aaron Donald was a free rusher earlier in that drive. Donald just blows by Spencer Burford because Burford and Jake Brendel had a miscommunication. They shifted left when they should have shifted right. And because of that, Donald, one of the quickest linemen in the league, one of the most feared linemen in the league, has a free shot at Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought that it was remarkable that Jimmy got that throw off without getting sacked. And he didn't get sacked at all, and he gets some credit for that in this game. 49ers only got the Rams only got 5 pressures against the 49ers, which was absolutely significant. So Jimmy Garoppolo did the small things well. That quarterback cohesion was there for the 49ers with their coach, between Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan. And because of that, this team's outlook has just brightened because that offense is looking a whole lot stronger. Now, I know it's really windy. That's because it's, late afternoon. I'm at the top of Russian Hill. But, I can show you guys the cable car tracks here. You hear the cable car tracks burring underneath me. It's because there's actual cables in the ground pulling these bad boys up the road. This is Hyde Street. That's Alcatraz blurred out of there in the background. It is a beautiful day in the city, and it's a beautiful day for the 49ers as they come off this win against the Rams. All right, top of Russian Hill. Everybody take care. It was fun to talk quarterbacks from here. We'll see you guys soon.